Good day everyone, this is Katayan Jessa and I am the first reporter of the topic Effective Assessment Procedures and Tools. We are three here and I will discuss the first part. But first, before we go to the procedures and tools, we should know first and define what is effective assessment. Effective assessment is an assessment based on the student's attitude, interests, and values. We have two types of procedures tools in assessing effective assessment, the observational techniques and personality assessment. When we say observational technique, it is used in assessing affective and other non-cognitive learning outcomes and aspects of development of students. Okay, by the word itself, observation or observational, kahit naman nag-observe lang tayo, even kahit nga break time, mga ganon, recess, makikita natin on what are students' interest, kung saan sila mas interesado sa isang bagay. 'Di ba pag break time nga may ibang nagme-makeup, may naglalaro ng ML. So, through that, makikita natin kung saan ba mas interesado ang ating estudyante. So, we have kinds of observational techniques, the anecdotal records, the peer appraisal, self-report techniques, and attitude scale. Anecdotal records, it is a method of recording factual description and students' behavior. An anecdotal record is a detailed descriptive narrative recorded after a specific behavior or interaction occurs. So, itong anecdotal records for us to not miss everything or every seconds of observing. So, habang nag-observe tayo, so nagte-take down notes tayo, it is an detailed descriptive narrative. So, detailed yung ating pagkasulat sa habang tayo ay nag-observe sa ating estudyante. Effective use of anecdotal records. Determine in advance what to observe but be alert of unusual behavior. 'Di ba minsan, pag ang ating mga estudyante is nagharutan pa lang ngayon tapos maya-maya may nag-iiyakan na kasi parang pagbata kasi nag-iiba agad ng mood. Yung parang ngayon pa lang masaya, tapos mamaya nang aaway na. So ganun. Dapat aware din tayo sa mga unusual behavior ng ating estudyante. Analyze observational records for possible sources of bias. Observe and records enough of the situation to make the behavior meaningful. Make a record of the incident as soon after the observation as possible. Siyempre, para di naman natin ma-memorize lahat yung mga pangyayaring nangyari dun sa pag-observe. So, kailangan as soon as kaya nating ilista lahat ng mga na-observe natin. So, we should write all the things that include to our observation. Limit each anecdote to a brief description of a single incident. Siyempre, kailangan, since it is a detail, di naman kailangan na pahabain pa or maging talambuhay na ito. So, dapat yung mga importanteng mga word lang na dapat nating isulat. Ngari ay si student B, crying at 2 p.m., mga ganun. So, hindi niya na kailangan ng mahabang mga word pa to describe a single incident. Keep the factual description of this incident in your interpretation of it separate. Record both positive and negative behavioral incident. Siyempre, to avoid biases. So, kailangan ma-record natin ang positive and negative of behavior of our student. Siyempre, kailangan balance. Kung may nakita tayong negative, sulat natin, and kung may nakita tayong positive, so doon, sulat din natin. Collect a number of anecdotes on a students before drawing inferences concerning typical behavior. Obtain practice in writing anecdotal records. So, for us to be an effective talaga and efficient anecdotal recorder, so, kailangan ma-obtain natin or ma-practice natin yung ating pag-writing. Kung may mga seminars, kung available naman tayo at that certain time and at that certain situation, so why not to attend that kind of seminars for us to enhance our writing skills, di ba? Para maging mas effective tayong anecdotal recorder. Next kind of observational techniques is peer appraisal. When we say peer appraisal, is especially useful in assessing personality characteristics, social relation skills, and other forms of typical behavior. Peer appraisal methods include the guess who technique and the sociometric technique. When we say guess who technique, it is a method used to obtain peer judgment or peer ratings requiring students to name their classmate who best fit each of a series of behavior description. The number of nominations students receive on each characteristics indicates their reputation in the group. So, example, when we have 3 students to run for a candidacy or for president, mga ganon, si student A is magaling sa sports, si student B is magaling sa academic, matalino, ganon, and si student C is low-key students lang, yung parang normal student lang sa campus. So, yung mas pinili ng mga bata is yung si student C. Siguro for them, paglalakad naman ay pagtatakbo naman siguro ng isang posisyon or president, di naman siguro kailangan na magaling ka sa sports or matalino ka. Siguro ang gusto lang siguro ng mga estudyante is yung low-key lang, normal people lang na madaling malapitan at madaling pakisamahan. So, for them, ang kanilang best fit talaga sa isang position is to have magaling makisama sa tao. So, by that techniques, makikita na ma-observe natin na yung student pala natin is gusto nila yung parang body lang kung ganun. Parang gusto nila na madaling makisama. So, yun yung kanilang preference when it comes to leadership. Next is sociometric technique. Also calls for nomination, but students indicate their choice for components for some group situation or actively the number of choices student receives serves as an indication for their social acceptance. So, the best example of this sociometric technique is, alam natin yung mga club when we are in high school, may mga math club, science club, English club, di ba? So, nabibelong tayo doon kung saan tayo nag-excel sa isang bagay. Kung tayo ay magaling sa math, so doon, open tayo sa math club, kung saan nagkakasundo tayo na a-accept tayo kung ano yung skills natin and abilities that we have. So that is the best example of sociometric technique that explain the affective assessment. Makikita natin kung saan ba nag-excel yung bata. Excel. Next is self-report technique. Under pa rin siya ng observational technique. Used to obtain information that is inaccessible by other means, including reports on the student's attitude, interest, and personal feelings. So, this kind of technique, example of this is the journal and diaries, di ba? Sa mga araw-araw nating pamumuhay, nasusulat natin yun, doon kung ano yung mood natin, kung nag-emote ba tayo, kung broken ba tayo at that time. Pero 'di ba, inaccessible ito sa iba kasi tayo lang dapat ang nakakabasa ng ating mga diaries and journals. So the best example of self-report is the diaries and journal. So that would be all, and thank you po.